Hello, friends. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I have a very special guest with me today. It's brand new author Jean Nishimura. Hi, Jean.
Hi.
I'm so excited. It's your book launch day. Tell
Yes,
everybody, yeah, the title of your book, please.
the title is The Head in the Clouds Duckling.
Oh, so good. So, Jean, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, it was inspired by my own developing self-awareness and the significant people in my life as a child.
Hmm.
I am my main character, Hank, the head in the clouds duckling. My sister is Alert Anna, and Mother Duck represents my parents, memorable teachers, and friends who are there paving the path for me to flourish. Instead of stifling and discouraging my head in the clouds moments, they provided a space for me to create.
Oh,
Yeah, my parents were artists.
mm,
My dad would paint and sculpt, and he would spend countless hours playing games with my sister and I, with games that we created together. And my mother, she did flower arrangements. It's called ikebana in Japanese. And she would sketch her arrangements and also display the flower arrangements in our house. And I was inspired by many memorable teachers, but one in particular was my sixth grade teacher. She was Mrs. Brown, and she would have us visualize what we saw when she would read a book to us. And one of the books I remember is The Hobbit. And she would encourage us to sketch while we were visualizing what we saw. And then afterwards, she would have us describe in writing what we sketched. So this was the perfect assignment for children who love to create.
mhm,
And this teacher also fine-tuned our memory skills. She
mm.
memorized the preamble to the Constitution and the Gettysburg Address, which was quite a,
Wow.
and we would alternate reciting these after the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mm.
And also, I was inspired to add humor to my story because as a teacher, when I would read stories to the children, I especially enjoyed hearing their laughter and seeing their smiles. And so I want to replicate that experience when I share my book.
Well, it's so good to know this about you as, after I just read the book and to understand where how all of it comes together. So, Jean, would you explain or would you share what the book is about and who you would say it's for, what age group?
Okay, it's for the age range of 4 to 8 years old, but I believe that children who are older and younger can appreciate the story.
Yes.
It's a story about a family of ducks, and the ducklings go on their first outing away from home. And one duckling has a big imagination. He wants to see everything. And so mishaps happen, despite the warnings of Alert Anna, who is his older sister.
Mm-hmm.
And Mother Duck, however, she provides clear and repetitive instructions and disciplined instruction and disciplined behaviors to keep in mind. So this allows Hank to shine at the climax of the story. I think this story is especially for that child who is curious and innovative, kind of thinks outside the box, always thinking of new ideas. Um, it's also for the parents who has a child like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that since each person has had a head in the cloud moment, I think that a wide audience can relate to the story.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Well, you did it in such a beautiful way, such an entertaining story with a beautiful message underlining it. So, what is it that you hope that parents and kids will take away from this book?
I hope that parents will see that what they provide their children during the formative years is going to make a vast impact on how they perceive themselves and how they perform in school and beyond.
Hmm.
And I hope that both the parents and the children will remember to appreciate each other's differences and unique qualities because everybody has something special to offer.
Hmm.
And I hope that the children will see that that Hidden in the Clouds is a special gift. And if
It
it's
is.
done properly, it can enhance one's life.
Mm-hmm. Well, you put all of that into this beautiful book. Look at the illustrations. Just such a fun book. Mama and all the ducklings exploring and everything that happens there. Tell me a little bit about your illustrator.
Oh, my illustrator, John Davis, is just incredible. I was thrilled when I heard back from him that
Hmm.
he would love to illustrate my story and that he's available. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my story came alive. When
Yes.
I saw the storyboard, I thought, this is amazing. This is exactly what I wanted.
A beautiful partnership because both of you did this and we've got this beautiful book to show for it. I want to take a moment here and tell all of our viewers that this book is available on Amazon today. So you want to go there, grab a copy, grab several copies of this book and pass it on to the children in your life. I've got the soft cover, it's there in hardcover and also ebook format. So, Jean, I want to ask you a little bit about your journey into becoming a children's book author. First of all, how long have you been thinking about writing a children's book for?
Oh, even since childhood, I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to create my own book? And mainly because I was an avid writer.
Mm,
That is how I express myself more in
mhm,
writing. And it's the way I resolved any issues I was having and
mm,
even happy moments. I would write it down in a journal. So writing has been a very important part of my life. And
mm.
being able to share something I've written is just so satisfying.
Yes, yes. Jean, tell us a little bit about lessons and also challenges you had. Let's talk about challenges. What would you say was the biggest challenge when writing this book?
Well, there wasn't the writing process because
Okay.
the story was so real to me. So
Yes.
the character and the plot development came so rapidly, and the writing process was so enjoyable. I think that the biggest challenge was going through the many illustrators' work and choosing just one illustrator
Mm,
because the illustrators were so gifted. And when I saw John Davis's illustrations, I knew that he had to be my illustrator because he was able to capture the humor. I knew he would be able to do that, and he certainly
yes.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so great. What would
And
you say was, oh, go ahead.
oh, I was going to say also, once you submit the story and the editing process, I knew that we had to be open-minded
Hmm.
to have some additions or deletions. And so I knew that it was okay and to be open-minded about that.
That's great. That's good. What was the lesson that you learned? Well, I guess that would be it. But is there any other lessons that you learned throughout the publishing process?
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I learned that once you become an author, that there's a whole new world to navigate and explore. There's a lot to learn. One
Mm-hmm.
has to become more tech savvy and learn how to promote your book by using all these different social media platforms.
Hmm.
But I feel that it's well worth it because we're going to be able to reach a wider audience and share our message with more people.
Hmm.
So it's worth the effort.
Yes, for sure. And that is a big lesson, I think, for a lot of us as authors, right? We think it's just the writing part, but there are different elements to it. And we grow. We grow in the process. Like you said, the rewards are great. We're able to share our books with more and more children. Now, what would you say now as a children's book author? And I know you don't have the book to hold with you just yet, but tell me, what is the best part of accomplishing this dream for you?
Well, my message is very important to me, which is learning to accept each other's differences and to celebrate our unique qualities.
Mm-hmm.
And we should feel good about our own unique qualities and backgrounds. And so this is the message that I want to get out into the world. Also, I know that there will be people, young and old, who will be able to relate to my story. And so it's going to be so much fun to see others' reactions when they read my story or hear my story.
Hmm. Well, Jean, I just want to say this one more time for our viewers who are watching. The book is so beautifully written. And like you said, there is that element of humor in there. So the number one thing in a children's book is to entertain. And I think you knocked that out of the park. This book is so entertaining and it has that underlying message for us to take even further, right? So friends, make sure to grab a copy of this book and sit down with the children in your life, have that moment of sharing and reading them this beautiful story, and then talk a little bit more about what did they get out of it. What do they think about Hank and how mischievous he is, with his head up in the clouds, as you say, Jean. um, yeah, I thought you did a beautiful, beautiful job, Jean.
Thank you.
So now you're welcome. Now you're on the other side as a children's book author. What piece of advice do you have for an aspiring author who may be watching this interview?
Well, we all have our own passions, backgrounds, culture, lessons learned. So we each have a story to tell. And there's an
Mhm.
audience out there waiting to hear it. And if you have a supportive group behind you, guiding you and encouraging you along the way, then it's less scary and more enjoyable. So I thank you and your team for providing that guidance.
Mm. Thank you, Jean. Our pleasure. Our pleasure. So besides going to Amazon today, because again, we want everybody to go to Amazon and buy the book, where can our viewers find you?
My social media handles are Instagram and Facebook at Jean Nishimura Author, and my website is jeanauthor.com.
Beautiful. Perfect. Go find Jean on her social media. You're going to be able to follow another author, see how she is bringing her story to life, how she's sharing it with other children. And as you can tell, she's a very wise woman. She has a lot of wisdom to share. Jean, before we go, is there anything else you'd like to share or anything that you wish I would have asked you?
Oh, yeah. Being an author, the added bonus is that there's so many opportunities to meet other authors.
Hmm.
And so, among the authors that I met so far, it's been a special experience. And I look forward to meeting and getting to know more authors. So it's just starting, and it's going to be a wonderful journey.
Yes, yes, it will be. It will be. And imagine when you get to read your story in front of children and get to see their reactions to this beautiful story. Jean, I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud of you for bringing this story to life. Again, friends, make sure to go to Amazon and grab The Head in the Clouds Duckling. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Jean, so much for being here and thank you for writing this book.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye bye, everybody.